hospital. And yeah, just don't fish enough, really. I've been wanting to come to one of these. I've been following Mrs. Stanley for a long time. Going back to Rod and Reel, so.
Okay. Are you from the area, or?
Yeah, I grew up in Chalmette, and I live around the corner now.
Okay.
Over here on State Streets.
Well, you remember the Mike Lane days then?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Great, great. Everybody else has been here before, right? I'm not missing anybody, right? Okay, good, good. Okay. Trout are out. We don't like to make that long distance travel. We'll go chase them. You know, John can give you a little information about it. He's been chasing them, so I know he's told me he's been out to Central several times and have done really well. So, you know, if y'all got some questions for him about speckled trout, when he gets up and presents, please ask him about it. We've been fishing mostly in Delacroix. We have found, you know, the redfish in Delacroix. They're in there right now and they're heavy. And we've had several successful trips this last month. Limited out, I think 3 times in 4 trips. And, all right. Mr. Don. Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing? We've been catching them mostly on the lemonhead shad, mixture shad lemonhead with the 1/2 ounce or 3/8 ounce jig head, just jigging the bottoms, guys, using that current and the depth, the water depth to find them. I don't know if y'all have seen the videos lately that I've put out and Stan has put out, but it's been pretty successful in those areas. Mostly fishing in the back around Oak River in that area. Anybody any questions about that?
How deep's the water?
The area we found them in is, it ranges from anywhere 16 feet to 24 feet, just depending in the spot where, you know, we're exactly fishing. But they've been fairly deep in those areas.
No freshwater cats?
None. Zero. In fact, I mean, it's been mostly just reds. I mean, I think Boss caught one drum, I think when y'all went out Friday, huh?
Ron hooked the trout. He had the trout, but he missed it at the boat.
Oh, you caught a trout? Really?
Yeah, we were reeling in right at the boat. He come up and jumped out. I'm like, that thing's got spots on it. Yeah, but in Oak River,
Water? Water's still not very great in Delacroix, guys. You know.
River water.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good mix. I mean, we've been out, I think one time we went out, the water was fair, you know, which maybe your visibility was about 8 inches. Most of the time it's somewhere around 6, you know, so it hasn't been real clean. I don't know whether it's still the river water's messing it up or if they're still doing dredging in the back and stuff that's just got the water all messed up. But I got a feeling that maybe the water beneath is a little bit cleaner, because, you know, 6 to 8 inches is not a lot of visibility, and we're still catching them. So I got to think, but of course it's in deep water, so, you know, I got to think the water below is cleaner. You know, that salt water is hanging on the bottom, and it's a little cleaner than the top water on the top. So.
Tell them about the lilies and the snodgrass, what happened.
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 times we went out, there was influx. I mean, when I say influx, it was really bad. Hyacinth floating on the top and snodgrass. But those redfish love it. I mean, because the redfish are underneath there. The problem is getting the redfish up without getting tangled up into the snodgrass or the lily pads. You know, it was kind of like playing shoot the thing on the pin board. You know, it's kind of like you got to place your cast and then hopefully you can get it in before the grass grabs your line or something. So it's been really.
Tell them about the trip where they didn't have snodgrass and lilies.
We didn't do as well.
It's amazing if you pay attention to the difference that's happening. You know, last year what we found was we were running down the pipeline with mullets everywhere, man. Slaughtered the redfish. Did it for about 3 weeks in a row, go back down there the fourth time, no mullets. Guess what? No redfish. So you got to notice the things, they go parallel to one another.
Yeah. I mean, right now, we're seeing bait, you know, in Delacroix. I'll tell you about some other spots in a minute, but bait-wise anyway. But we're seeing bait in Delacroix, you know, mullets, some shrimp, actually. Several trips ago, we ran into a little area where there was a lot of shrimp coming in, and we did good there. But again, shrimp were there, redfish were there, flounder were there,
Trout.
catfish were there, no trout. No trout. I mean, we caught, I don't remember that trip, but we caught, what, 25?
Yeah, 25
reds, and not one trout. I think I caught 2 flounders.
Caught 2 trout. We had 2 trout.
2 trout? White trout.
No specs.
Not in that trip.
On number 10, spot number 10, Bay Jack the Vet,
Yeah.
2 trout.
What, little ones?
No, keep us.
I don't know. Maybe I was sleeping.
I'm the statistician.
You didn't statistician. He keeps the records. He keeps the records.
Rudy, you forgot rule number 1.
Right. Boss is always right. Yeah.
In unison, no doubt.
Anyway, so 3 things that were common, guys, in all of these trips was, one was bait, okay, and this is, you know, when you start making your plans and you're making your trips, you know, these are the 3 things you need to look for, you know. Bait, moving water, and of course some structure, if you got it, and some depth, you know, in this time of the year, you know. I mean, that's critical in this time of the year. So those are the areas that you want to kind of key on. So, you know, just going out there and throwing your line anywhere is not going to work. You just got to zone in and look for these kind of things and make sure. Because, you know, the fish are going to be wherever the bait fish are, you know. And the bait fish are going to be, you know, in the areas that are having influx of, a lot of it has to do with the tide. So, you know, in spot 10, like he was talking about, you know, the tide was rolling in. It was a funnel. It was, you know, a spot where it was coming off of some major thoroughfares and a funnel spot. And that bait was just coming through there. The birds were killing it, hitting it, and that's how we found it, really, because we saw the birds. And when we found the birds, we found the bait, you know, we found real good moving water and some shells. So that was the structure. So all of that paid off and was key to those elements. The other spot was a deeper spot. You know, it's 16, 24 feet depending on what part of the area you're fishing. But again, it had moving water, really hard moving water, and it had bait, and it evidently there's some structure down there, because I got busted off about 3 times on one of them, and every time I pulled it in, my leader line, I wish it was a big trout now. My leader line was all frayed, so evidently, you know, it's hitting it and rubbing it on something, you know, and that's how I lost the fish 3 times that way. But, so there's structure down there, there's moving water, and, you know, there's some depth to give it some heat relief. So those are the 3 keys that I would say. I'm hearing right now that there are some bait showing up in Lake Bourne, actually along the shorelines. I made a trip to Lake Bourne earlier in the month, didn't have much success. Didn't see a lot, in fact, I only saw any bait. But this was just recently. I know Chaz and them went out and they saw some bait and caught some reds. They didn't catch any, I don't think they caught any trout. Oh, they did catch a few trout, but most of them were all undersized, which you're gonna see in early September. I mean, early August and September, you know, so. But the bait is starting to move in. Give me 1 second. Starting to move in, and you know, I would, if you fishing inshore, I would key on spots where you got wind-blown shorelines, where it's blowing that bait and that up against those shorelines, or funnel spots. You know, those are the areas you want to look at. You had something, Cameron?
There's bait everywhere in Lake Moore.
Yeah.
There's birds out everywhere in Lake Moore right now.
Yeah.
There's no trout.
Yeah, yeah.
Lady fish.
Yeah.
What about the
There's
tide?
bait everywhere.
Yeah, they caught a bunch of reds, actually, you know. Caught a bunch of reds, a bunch of small trout, nothing, you know, nothing of any size.
Do y'all use buoy data for tides? Because I got a couple friends that don't go by tide charts. They like to use the buoy, the real time.
Yeah.
To let them know what's going on, what the water level is.
Yeah.
It's falling on incoming.
What was the original question now? Do I have it?
No, do you use buoy data?
Do I use buoy data? Yes, we use buoy data out of the Wrigley's, out of Lake Bourne, I mean not Lake Bourne, Delacroix. Use buoy data there to see where the tide is, because as we all know, the tide charts are just an approximation, and sometimes they can be close, sometimes they can be 6 hours off, you know? So what I try to do, and you know, I try to go look at the buoy data, then I refer it back to the chart so I can see what the chart was saying, and look at the buoy, because you know, most of the time you're going to be planning this several hours in ahead. So what I'll look at is I'll make the two references. Okay, low tide was supposed to be at, you know, 2 o'clock this afternoon. I go back and look at the buoy data. Low tide was at 4 o'clock. So I'll say, okay, so it's 2 hours off right now. So I kind of use that as a gauge. And then I'll go to the day, you know, tomorrow morning when I'm fishing and say, okay, I can expect that the tide's going to be somewhere, you know, instead of 8 o'clock, it's going to be 10 o'clock. That's the kind of way I do it.
Especially when you go out that far.
Still not perfect, but hey, it gives you a little bit better shot.
You can have the tide come in from the Wrigley's on the right-hand side and have it going out on the left-hand side.
Yeah, right.
You know, go around in a circle.
And then the wind can play a big factor, you know? I mean,
It's worked for me like 1 out of like 150.
Yeah.
Like, look, it finally worked. You got it right.
I know the last time we went to, was it Tuesday or Wednesday, boss? We went to Delacroix. Tuesday we went to Delacroix. I mean, it was supposed to be a hard falling tide. No, incoming tide, I'm sorry. And the tide was barely moving. I mean, it was a trickle. You know, it was a trickle. You know, and you can't tell that from any tide chart. You know, why? I have no answer for you, other than I know the wind was blowing against it a little bit, but there wasn't, you know, a 20-mile-an-hour wind. You know, so I don't know why it wasn't coming in the way it should have been coming in, but it wasn't. You had something, Charlie?
Yeah, maybe add something to the tide situation, the tide problem. I had a guy, weatherman, explain to me one time about why is it supposed to be a rising tide and it is a falling tide. But what happens is, being a coastal area that we're in, the tide comes in. If you're sitting on the south side of a large pond or a lake, the tide's going to be rising coming in. If you're on the other end of it, it'll be going out. So you got to look at it on the map and see what you got. That's right. Because it could be absolutely correct, but it's only in the front where it's going in, the back where it's going out.
Yeah.
Got some confusion.
Yeah.
What I found is, since the Great Wall and the Hook Day rocks, since they did those two planets, the time charts don't have a clue.
Yeah.
Whatever they did, the time
Has changed
they
the time.
did not call us.
Yeah. Okay. You see, I think he's saying about the wall and the and closing of the Mr. Go has changed the tide substantially from what they used to be. I'm sure that's correct.
In the charts, it's not catching. That's not bad.
Yeah. Anybody else got any questions or comments?
There's been a ton of bait fish in the Lucky Marsh, inside the marsh. Tried to fish the other day, but the storm wouldn't get out of it.
Yeah.
Storm for 3 hours in one spot, I couldn't get in.
Yeah.
Fished all around it with nothing, but the bait fish were in. I got reports that the bait fish were in the marsh.
Yeah. I mean, the bait's moving in, guys, you know. So I would anticipate that end of this month, you know, to the middle of next month, it should be on. You know? Just a matter of the heat.
Which app are y'all using for the tides?
For what?
Sorry, for the buoy tides.
The buoy tides are using NOAA. Okay.
Hotel area?
For just the tides and stuff, I use not a tide.
You know where that one camp is?
But then I try to use the reference for the buoy, you know, the buoy tides too, because it doesn't give you a forecast, it just gives you what the present conditions are.
The best theory, guys, is when you go out there, that's what the tide's gonna be.
Then look at the crab trap.
And then you gotta be adjusting this and that to be, you know.
Yeah, and it's like we always say, you gotta go to know. I mean,
You gotta pull out a salt by you.
hey, that's it, you try to make as many, you know, good decisions as you can, and you just gotta go, and hopefully, you know, the stars are aligned and it all comes together.
You gotta pull out a salt by you and look at the crab traps.
Yeah.
You're going that way, it's when the crab is coming in.
There you go. That works.
If it's going the other way, it's going that way.
My daughter passed a couple of weeks ago. Was hitting up down, my grandson, he was hitting like crazy, but he couldn't catch him. But, it was supposed to be no tide, but the tide come in, we caught 11 white tide off that, and stopped, he thought he kept the catch.
That's, the white trout's gonna be typical coming up, you know, this month. I mean, you know, you're gonna see a lot of white trout mixed up in here, so. Anybody else got any reports or anything that they'd like to share with us?
Yeah.
This is a sharing thing, so if you got any reports.
Come on up, boss.
Share.
Some fellas up here.
Is anybody fishing the squid baits underneath the court?
I think that's a good idea.
I've been having good luck with it.
Great.
I'm just, rig up, because you know you can't change baits, so I just rig up a bunch of setups.
Yeah.
And I've been having a lot of luck on the Holy Jolly color, when the water's good, and then the green, of course. And instead of worrying about changing baits, I just cut it, tie on a new leader line.
Yeah.
And I've been using a number 2 hook because it's a little bit heavier
Yeah.
than the number 4, and I just been putting a crimp weight on it, whatever size crimp weight I want, and the bait will do whatever I want to do at that point.
Yeah.
So when I really can't find anything else working, I'll try a shrimp bait. I'll leave it tied on, and I've been keep getting a few fish like
You're
that.
using a single or a double?
Just a single.
Okay, you gotta try the double.
I haven't tried the double. I was kind of playing with it when y'all were talking about the other day, but
Yeah. We plan on doing a lot of that in this next month coming up when we're doing some cork fishing and stuff, so I think it's gonna work out really well on our new baits, you know. Just, I'm sure most of y'all know, but we did finally get our new baits in, and it's Matrix's sponsoring, it's Matrix Squid. For all you who don't know about it, Matrix Squid is called the twin tail teaser, I'm sorry. And we have it out at most of the tackle shops now and a lot of the marinas, okay? I'll pass this around so everybody can take a look at it. But that's the thing we use for trolling, but we've also used it recently for drop shot, which it worked really well. Unfortunately, you know, they came in the end of July, so, you know, we got August and September to deal with here, and hopefully we'll get a lot more reports on it and a lot more video on it coming up. But I think it's going to work really well under a cork with a split shot, too. So you can use it for trolling, jigging under a cork, and also drop shot. Okay? Any other questions, guys, or comments?
on the twin tail tweezer, did you color in all the eyes?
No, that's actually the way it's made.
He's known for putting the eyes on.
Yeah.
Try that at the car. Next one.
Oh, yeah, well, that's for sure. Yeah, we'll do. Haven't, that's one thing I have not done yet, and I wanted to hit the causeway this month, but I haven't made it out there. But I haven't seen any reports either, and I haven't seen any boats out there, so that doesn't tell me. That doesn't tell me good things.
Next month.
What?
A lot of mullet.
A lot of mullet. Yeah. We caught them in August last year there, so you know. If I get out there, I'll have it on the next month's report. But, okay. All right, guys, we've got a special guest today. His name is John Styron, and he wears multiple caps. He's a chartered boat fisherman. He has a boat fishing company that he runs. He runs also charter fishing, also just regular fishing. And he also is a mobile mechanic. And like y'all would give him a hand, this is John Stein.
Hey guys, I'm not real good at speaking in front of people, so I'm gonna let y'all know first off about that. But so I'll give y'all a little backstory. I grew up about a shot past in Venetian Isles, and Dad started taking me fishing probably when I was 5 years old. Mainly fished Lake Bourne and Hopedale area pretty much my whole life. Got on the fire department in 2010 in New Orleans and retiring from that right now. And